Hey YouTube, it's Angela. We're going to do a reading today. I'm recording this on the day of our big solar eclipse in Aries, April 8th. And this reading just called to me. Usually I have a couple readings ahead of time, like recorded and ready, but this one's jumping ahead of the pack for this week because it aligns with what I'm feeling, with what hopefully some of you are feeling too. Okay, so we're going to start out. We know that in eclipses, um, it's not a time to manifest and make plans and, take action or uh, any of those other movements that we want to do. We know the universe is doing the shifts for us, and it's a time just to regulate. It's a time to get stable. The changes are happening, and then in the aftermath and the um you know outcome or whatever, we get to plot and plan from there. We get to reground during the eclipse, and then once the everything's fallen into place, all the changes are happening, we can jump on board and move with those changes. But right in the biggest power of it, it's not time to take any action or make any plans or do anything except regulate, self-regulate, inward, outward, be with the earth, get grounded. And so that's what we got for this week's reading. The oracle deck, I'm using the same oracles from Native Spirit, and then clarifying with some Zen tarot cards. Our first oracle is Grandmother Earth. This is grounding energy. This is slowing down. Not time to take risks. It's time to know your connection and establish your safety. Know that you're safe. It's the opposite of being risky. We want to get grounded. We want to recognize the support we have from the planet herself. Being out in nature, sit with your back against a tree just to feel that support. Lie on the ground and do some grounding exercises just to know that you're held. It's a time definitely to slow it way down. And the Zen cards I pulled to go with that are this friendliness card. This is remaining rooted in your energy, and then allowing for those around you or another aspect of yourself or the divine to remain rooted with you in parallel, without overtaking anyone's energy. So this is definitely a time for a open-hearted groundedness. Let's put it that way. Stay in your own energy and then allow for those around you to be in theirs as we contemplate these energies that are really making big shifts for us in the sky. Action comes later, but right now we're taking a grounded approach and trying to get ourselves just move through, let the energies pass, right? I got patience to go with that too. So yeah, just be in the knowing that the shifts are coming, that they're happening, we're in the middle of them, and we're safe and held. This pregnant mother isn't saying, well, she might be, hurry up and hurry up and be born. When is this going to happen? When is it going to happen? She might be. Once it gets to a certain point, you get kind of tired of holding that all in, but she knows when the timing is right, when the new soul is ready to come through, when the baby is ready to be born, it will. And she's not going to hang on to that forever, right? It's shifting. Just as we know the phase of the moon, we don't try to make it rush. We don't say, oh, you're a new moon now, hurry up and become full. It's happening in time. It's in all its right time. And this is the energy we want to hold during this eclipse, is grounded and knowing the changes are coming and we will adapt to them when the timing's right. The next oracle I pulled in as we're sitting in reflection in our groundedness is ancestors. This is the possibility or the action of our wisdom beginning to bloom, of calling in those who came before us, whether they're in your own, your own family's bloodline, but also just all of our elders that came before us, that went through their trials and tribulations and had their you know mistakes and failures and learned from them and grew from them. They set the table, for us on a little bit of a higher plane for us to take over, make our mistakes, grow from them, learn from them, and ascend and elevate our energy. It's also knowing that you're always held, you're always supported, just like the earth provides that in a physical way. The connection, the spiritual connection to your ancestors provides that support and that feeling of safety within your spirit. And then also, as you're in your grounded energy and contemplating on those who came before you to bring you to the point that you are, look for signs and synchronicities and things that are calling to you from the non-physical, calling for you to look in that direction, make this move, consider that possibility. Just start looking for signs, inklings, nudges within, different synchronicities that happen, that we know happen often, and then consider those and contemplate those as you prepare to step back into the flow. And I pulled We Are the World with that. This is the gathering of all those energies, those who came before us, the collective in general, and those who are around us now. That is really emphasizing for you to know, to get into that knowing, like we did with the patience card, to get into that knowing that you're held, that you're safe, that you're supported at all times, even though it doesn't feel like it, in our human moments, but that support is always there. And then I pulled receptivity to go with that. This is remaining open for those little signs and secret synchronicities that may show up to help you create your plan moving forward once these big energies sort of dissipate a little bit. And then the next oracle I got is offerings. This is your time to bring in some gratitude, some appreciation. In a lot of cultures, they use offerings like bounty from their crops, or flowers and fruits and that kind of thing. Like some people I know at my nail shop always have offerings in the lobby. There's a big money tree, and then also a couple oranges and some flowers. They're always daily creating that energy of gratitude for the day, for each day. The Buddhist temple I used to attend back in my San Diego days, same, always have the offerings at the altar. So this is your energetic calling to have some appreciation for everything in your life, even the situations that are challenging. Those are actually, they deserve your appreciation more, because those are the things that challenge us to grow and challenge us to bring about our own change from within. So this is your opportunity to sit in gratitude for all that is, as you're getting grounded, as you're preparing for the big shifts, right? And then with that, I got maturity. This is you being able to hold steady and rest in your own wisdom, in those things that you've experienced that bring you to a higher understanding of your own life and your own inner being, and really have that I don't know, just a well-learned appreciation for life as it is, considering all that you've gone through, considering all the lessons you've learned, that brings you to this moment to be able to appreciate it all. And then also with the offerings card, remember we talked about appreciating the bounty of life. And then I get this innocence card, which shows this wise old sage that goes right next to the maturity card. Speaking of wisdom, he is fascinated and delighted by the smallest creature, like the grasshopper that's with him on this day. He sees it as if he's never seen one before, if it's as if it's the first time he's seen such a creature. Although we know he's done and seen it all, he can still refresh his outlook and the way he approaches things and the way he sees his life with the childlike wonder, right? That we all have within us and we all can access when we want. It's a matter of the perspective, making sure we're shifting that perspective, starting with the gratitude. And then the next oracle I got is storyteller. This is now imagining that you are the lead character in your life. There may be some of you or some of us, all of us, who have at some point taken a lesser role, put others' needs and expectations in front of our own, even if it's societal or someone within your family or some authority figure that you respect and admire, and then striving to become what they see you as becoming instead of being the lead in your life and being able to make those choices for yourself. It's also choosing your own meaning for events that are more empowering, choosing an interpretation of an event that's more empowering for you. Like you could say, I didn't get that job. Oh no, I'm a loser. No one likes me. They didn't want me. I'm unskilled. That's one way, right? That's being the lesser role in your own life. Or you can say, I didn't get that job. I wonder what is in front of me that I'm more aligned to, because that is obviously coming. If this one didn't work out, there's a reason for it, and I'm about to discover that, right? That's a more empowering interpretation of the same experience. And this is what we're talking about here as storyteller. Choose your own meaning for those things that occur and the things that are happening in your life. And then with that, I got schizophrenia. This is being unable to make a choice. This is not sure what, this person here is trapped between these cliffs, hanging on with hands, hanging on with feet, and stuck. Because if I choose to let go of my hands, I'm going to, drop and hit my head against the side and fall down. If I choose to let go of my feet, I could cling to the edges for a while, but then I might slip and fall, right? I can't make a decision. I'm just going to let it happen to me, right? This is taking you out of that energy and saying, no, I'm just going to let go of both and see where I land and see what gust of wind is going to carry me along and provide me with some support, right? I'm going to be able to make a decision to take a risk if I want to, because I know I'm always held. It goes back to that ancestors and the earth energy, right? I know I'm always held. So I'm going to create my own story. I'm going to go for it in this direction, right? That's the energy of that card going with the storyteller. And then the other card that goes with it is the dream. This is choosing your own scenario, right? If your only choice is in this, like this princess's case, grow up, fall in love, be married, and live happily ever after, what are you missing out on, right? If that's your only goal, that's your only way, you're not widening the scope. You're not creating more story for yourself or more depth and nuance within your story. So keep dreaming, expand beyond what you think you're dreaming for. Expand beyond that. And then, tell that story with power, with your own power, and move in that direction. And then the final set of cards I got is Grandfather Sky. This is post eclipse energy. We started with Grandmother Earth and we end with Grandfather Sky. This is expansion, vitality, your passions, following them, the creator light that's in all of us, that is flowing through you and helping you to replenish your path so that you can move forward again. Expansion, don't hold back. What you repress will definitely weigh you down. So, express, don't repress. Feels better to express who you are. And the goal is to begin to express your feelings and express yourself spontaneously in the moment it's happening. A lot of times we'll experience something, we'll hold on to that experience and assess it and figure it out and here's how I feel about it. This is asking you to cut out that contemplation time and go and breathe life into the expansive path that you're on. So, from Eclipse Day, right, we got get grounded. Let's not try to create anything until we get regulated, until we're rooted all the way down into our energy, knowing that we have the energetic support around us, then resting and really growing that energy of gratitude within us, and then choosing how we're going to show up, what our story is, making that choice ourselves. And now we're into the expansion of it. Now we're living it out. And the cards that I got to go with that are sharing. This is an open, giving, loving, passionate energy. Here's who I am. Here are my decisions. Here are my choices. And I hope you all enjoy it. Here's my self-expression of who I am. And I hope it lands on you well. And not to worry about so much the others' reception of it or interpretation of it. It's coming from you. It's your interpretation that matters. And the final card in this little journey is abundance. Again, really being able to see, first of all, as you're expanding your goals and your dreams and your inner being, focus on those things that you have to be grateful for. Find the richness in your life. It doesn't have to be, I'm waiting for the richness to arrive. It's there already. If you start to really examine the different aspects of your life, the people that are in it, the situations, the lessons you've learned, the gifts that have grown from that, the connection to your inner being, the connection to the divine, all of those are gifts. And those all allow you the platform or the starting point from which you want to expand your life and your world. So loving that. I'm going to now pull an extra couple cards. Whoops. Oh boy, they're spilling. I'm going to pull one from this Goddess Love Oracle. And I'm going to do that now, just to give us a little cherry on top for this reading and see what, I guess immediately got one there, and see what the universe is asking us to remember during this time of shift, during this expansive period that we're entering. And I got authenticity. Let your truth be heard. This is the storyteller. This is the same. This is being able to really show up and interact and converse with others as your full self, no matter what they interpret about you, no matter what they think is the best way to live or the best ideas to hold on to. Yours are just as valid. And developing those and getting real in touch with those is your foundation for the next phase that's coming. And then I'm going to pull from this deck. It's called the Relax deck. This is just a group of very simple cards and guidance to help us get centered within our being. And that one didn't come as obviously, but I got this one, the Tree of Life, another earth-based energy, another grounded energy. And it's really just asking you to tap into your inner being, the core of who you are. It says on the back here that we can't really define ourselves by our physical presence any more than you could say, you know, an entire tree is defined solely by its trunk or its bark or the shape of its leaf. That is not the entire tree, right? And this is what it's asking, is that you go deeper into your entire being and you know, shore up the strength that's there within you, coming from the love that's at the core of you, and really living into fully living into your experience, into who you are, and those things that you want to accomplish going forward, but in this fuller sense of being. Okay, I think that was good. That was fun. And I hope you guys, you know, hang on to your hats during this eclipse, but really the guidance is just stay still, go within, stay still, get grounded, regulate, and then move into the energies and the changing energies that are upon us already. All right, that's it for now. Love you guys.